What is bile? So bile is contained bile acid, bile salt, bilirubin. Bile salt is a primary and secondary, okay, and it also contains cholesterol, water, okay, and bile salt. But if you have remember bile, so first of all we'll explain bile is a digestive fluid present in the liver and stored in the gallbladder. It is actually the secretion of the liver are hepatocyte, and from there is released. It contains much more substance and chemical, okay, different type of substance. So we will explain one by one. Okay, bile secretion of the liver to the duodenum. When the liver secreted bile from the by biliarity to the duodenum, it contains bile acid, bile salt, okay, and bilirubin. We will these three are most important. We will explain it in cholesterol and phospholipid and electrolyte and electrolyte contain the HCO3, potassium, etc., and bilirubin. Okay, bile function. What is the bile function? Bile function is actually emulsification of fat and excretion of watery of waste product. That is bilirubin. Bilirubin is actually the waste product and fats by bile acid and bile salt emulsification. Okay, so it bile actually decrease the acidity of the chyme that is released acidic chyme from the stomach to the duodenum. Okay, come from the stomach to the duodenum. So it actually decrease the acidity of that chyme by HCO3 ion. So HCO3 ion is increases by the ductal system, and HCO3 and by the duct the secretin act, and by the sex cholecystokinin act. Bile acid is a bile acid formation. We will explain in bile acid excretion. Okay, excretion or secretion. Okay, but here is the secretion because it's not a BS for accumulation. If the bile acid is accumulated, it causes hepatic encephalopathy. Okay, so bile salt. In bile acid, we also explain the first thing we will explain in the bile acid is the conjugated form of bile acid, bile glycine and taurine. By these two, the conjugation will occur. Bile acid. So first of all, bile acid is formed from the cholesterol, and cholesterol come from the chylomicron fat. Okay, after absorption, cholesterol when the enzyme act on it, it convert it into the cholic acid and deoxycholic acid. Okay, so cholic acid. First of all, there are primary bile acid that is cholic acid and chenodeoxy. This is the primary bile acid. When OH group is removed from this, okay, deoxygenation occurs. So this is converted to deoxycholic acid, and the another is converted into lithocholic acid, and these are actually secondary bile acid. So you have to differentiate primary and secondary bile acid. Another thing is the bile acid and conjugation. Conjugation of bile salt. When bile acid is conjugated, it converts it into the bile salt. So for example, cholic acid. And when glycine and taurine is added to it, it converts into glycocholic acid and taurocholic acid. Okay, this is actually bile salts. So one is the acid and one is the salt. When conjugation occurs by glycine or taurine, it converts into bile salt. Okay, another thing is the bile acid. Chenodeoxycholic acid is also a bile acid. So when the conjugation of this is occur, so what will happen? This also form the bile salt. So bile salt are four form. Okay, so it convert into glycosinodeoxycholic acid, and the next one is the taurochinodeoxycholic acid. Taro, not a glyco. Taro, taurochinodeoxycholic acid. Okay, so these are the another two salt bile salt. Okay, so we have explained bile acid and bile salts. Now another thing is the bile acid and bile salt, how it forms. So its function. Bile acid function is the emulsification of fat. Okay, bile and also micelles formation. Micelle formation is the uh, bile acid around the fats. Okay, small droplet. Enhance bile salt, enhance the emulsification and micelle formation. It is the empathetic. Okay, empathetic means that this is one part is the polar and another part is one part is hydrophobic and another part is hydrophilic. Okay, so in emulsification formation, for example, this is a fat drop. So around this the bile salt and bile acid is formed, and the hydrophobic part come toward the fats and the hydrophilic part come toward outward. Okay, so this is actually the micelles, and this can easily transport and absorb through the intestines. Okay, now another thing is the bilirubin. In bilirubin, bile increase obstruction. When the bilirubin increases, there is obstruction. When bile acid is increases due to obstruction, hepatic encephalopathy cause. And hepatic encephalopathy, one main symptom is asterixis. Okay, now asterixis. So the treatment is lactulose and fexipam to excrete NH3 by biliary system, which actually here it convert NH3 to ammonia that is can't be absorbed and excreted. So bilirubin is actually the waste product. Okay, from RBC. When RBC break down, actually it convert it to the bilirubin. So how it's formed, and after that it can excrete through the feces and in the urine by stercobilin and urobilin. Stercobilin is a brown color, urobilin is a yellow color. Okay, so urobilin is a brown color, that is the feces colors normally. So another important thing we will explain the bilirubin formation. So for example, this is the RBC. When the extra hemolysis are the in the spleen hemolysis of RBC occur after 20 days, it have much more hemoglobin. So hemoglobin convert into two things, heme and globin. Globin convert it into amino acid, and heme convert into iron and the porphyrin. Okay, so from the porphyrin, the bilirubin formed by many steps. Okay, so porphyrin convert in many steps to the bilirubin. How? So we'll explain it. Okay, first hemooxygenase act on it. Okay, and it convert porphyrin into biliverdin, and after that bilirubin reductase act on it and it form unconjugated bilirubin. Okay, so this is unconjugated, and unconjugated bilirubin is insoluble in water or in blood. So there is need a transport this bilirubin into the bile. So albumin, there is the albumin. Okay, and to the albumin, and this is the unconjugated bilirubin, and it attached to albumin, and these albumin actually help in transporting this. Okay, so it transport into the liver, and what it transport into the liver. Okay, first is the activation and the binding. After uh, we will explain ABC: activation, binding, conjugation, and excretion. Okay, so unconjugated bilirubin, first of all, so the unconjugated bilirubin enter into the liver by bilirubin transporter. Okay, and the unconjugated bilirubin convert into the conjugated bilirubin, and by UDP glucuronide transferase. Okay, so if the UGTP is low, is less in the any person, it cause Guillain-Barré syndrome. But if UGTP is absent in anyone, that cause Kegler-Naegler syndrome. Okay, and the second thing is the conjugated bilirubin enter into the hepatic duct or caniculi by MRP2 enzyme, by MRP2 transferase. Okay, but if MR2 is absent or in something, it causes another syndrome that is called Dubin Dublin Jensen syndrome. Okay, so the conjugated bilirubin will increase in that. So first of all is the Guillain-Barré syndrome. The second thing is the Kegler-Naegler syndrome, and the third is the Dubin Jensen syndrome. Okay, and the third in infancy, in infant there is the UGTP is low. Okay, physiologically, and
when that is low, it cause low physiologically. So in that baby bilirubin is become high and it cause the syndromes. Okay, and we will take it to the blue lights. Another is infancy can cause connectors. This disease can cause connectors. Bile acid cause hepatic encephalopathy. Okay, so now the second thing is the substance remove. First of all, we will explain bile. When the bile so when bilirubin become high, it cause jaundice. Okay, yellowish of the eyes, sclera, and mucus. Okay, and the second thing is the skin and face. In the face, there is the feces will be brown and yellow. Okay, another is the in the urine there will be yellow color. Subscribe, like, and comments.